Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in week 16. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. On 1st and 10, Dunlap. Throw left side complete. That's Thompson. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. To throw on 2nd down. Dunlap. And right away, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
At the 60, at the 60.
Up the middle they go. Riley. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. This defense for the Jets, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
At the street, at the street.
To throw on 3rd down, Dunlap. He's got a man, complete. The 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up. Right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even.
extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now it's Wilson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, Wilson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
Again, Wilson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 18. A very solid gain of 27.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
On second down, it's Riley, and he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Off the play fake, Dunlap. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
The Dolphins at 1-13 now on the year. And they come in just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently ask for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us.
On second down now, it's Riley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That good for 19 and a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Dunlap. He finds his man, complete. That's Riley. So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Second and 10. Back to throw. Dunlap. He finds his man, complete. That's Kramer. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On first down, Riley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Looking to throw. Dunlap. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Mustang 19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. There he goes, right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give, right side. It's Riley, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
On 2nd down, it's Riley. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Off play action. Dunlap going for the deep ball. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. 53 yards. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much. Do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at him in order to try and get the upset win.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost by.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Dunlap. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Dunlap. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They'll run on first down. Riley, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Okay, ready? Lightning 18.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Riley, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Dunlap. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Wilson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Now Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. as the first half is winding down. And the Jets will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Dunlap. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Check Bobcat, check Bobcat.
The final shot before break. Dunlap. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Oh, he shifts past him. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
The point after is good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Breece Hall. And the Jets will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
Let's go.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got it not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Now a give, right side. Hooker. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Jets get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Reload.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Hey, Lion. Come back team. Come back team.
Back to throw. Dunlap. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by DJ Reed.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking the ball.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
And the Jets first down.
They run again with Walton. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll run with Walton. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Okay, ready. Let go. 22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers.
They'll run with Hall. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
54 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Red.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Jets are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
The extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And now here is another interception. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Ball again on second down.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try the left side. Hooker. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
He stiff arms him.
78 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Ball again on second down.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, Hooker. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Hooker. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Dolphins 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off play action. Dunlap Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
19 tight, 19, hurt, right there, hurt.
Looking to throw. Dunlap under pressure, and they got to him again.
John Franklin Myers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Cowboy 80. Hey, check that. Street.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Let's go now. Cheetah. Hot.
And they take a knee.
Well, this game was never really in doubt, CD, especially in the second half. They were always up by at least a couple of scores. And, in fact, in the second half, their defense pitched a shutout. They were really impressive.
They took the drama away, didn't they? But how about the way they were able to stay on task the entire second half? No let-up whatsoever. Give them a ton of credit for keeping their heads in the game and executing accordingly.
So for the Jets, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Miami, it just keeps getting worse as they're going to fall to 1-14. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.
looked at my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the richest, heart in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we went on the ride nobody with, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr.
Trust me, taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big dog, pretty leash. Where's the love in the streets? For my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when me ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom out the pride of my people already. Them I see daddy. Me, I'm just sharing my journey. I'm telling the people they hear me. Tribe of Joseph, I'm ahead of the bunch. P5, I was starving for months. A running cuts in, but on my pockets, me knew my DNA. Baby for lunch, but we call me a star before BBC. Don't take a lot to get rid of me. Me and them no get the same. Me and them no get the same. All that they gonna know the name is. They say I move like I'm nameless. Cause I only cover the money bags and I don't really wanna be famous.